full deal with they full deal with the Estes, with the Baxia, and the Loi here deals with the Popo and Koopa. So Evos SG, they're not only bolstering their composition, they're answering the threats on the side of Notorious Villains. This is probably a side lane, Claude.
Yeah, then if that's the case, right, because
they know that the Claw is going to have a tough time in the jungle. The Harley is a lot easier clear, so they're going to send the Claw into the side lane, knowing like who's your side lane potentially here. Baxia or Paquito, with your range, you kind of cheat the matchup out. Like, it's not like you're going to die, you still get farm, and you probably go like 50-50, if not 60-40 in favor of Claude.
But if you notice how Evos SG, they're drafting this, right? They're trying to look for this very big bursty damage. Aside from the Grandeur, the Rhapsody, the Paquito also does burst damage. Chang'e technically showers them to hell.
That's funny, like Loi is just going to warp them to the backline and kill Estes. I can expect, I fully expect the Loi to like, okay, here we go, Grab has arrived, boom, you send Paquito to the backline, instantly kill the Estes and like, okay, go next.
No, the worst part is, right, the Loi, right, just cast the ultimate and then Paquito just walks in and then Loi walks out. It's like, here you go.
Fair enough.
Send you a one-way ticket to back end.
If you really want to play it that way, it definitely works because...
Pretty funny.
The Paquito is also a little... He's sort of on a suicide mission, right? As long as you kill Estes, they don't have the sustain. He doesn't really do anything beyond that.
Yeah, but, you know, Soul being on the Paquito, right, this time round, so... Paquito does a lot of shields, and there's always, whenever I see like Paquito right in the field, there's always this back and forth. Okay, Fenrir looking a bit low this time around.
Back. Yeah, actually pulls them together. So now getting a decent start to his jungle, right? And I fully expect Evos SG to just come in and interfere right now. Yep, they're shoving him away. They think they stole it?
I'm not too very sure actually. I think
the EXP buff.
The retribution coming out from Suna will be able to clear that buff.
Suna got it. Got it.
So JPL this time around, because Suna is forced to use the Retribution, now they're going to go for this purple buff instead, so no Retribution inside. However, the top side, it is a Chang'e going up against a Claude. So I would say Chang'e should have priority, but hold on a second, JPL. Oh, big dead coming in for the side of Evos SG.
Yep, you could see in the map the Barretts, he's laning alone, but Soul is completely fine abandoning this and just walking up to make sure they can convert. The job of the owners right now from Evos SG is twofold. One, make sure Potato gets a nice, smooth clear going, scales up well. The second is to put Suna behind. I think if Suna on this Harley doesn't, start snowballing, doesn't get early kills in the mid game, he does very little.
Yeah, but hold on a second, as the bottom side, but it is going to be Kolia, their cat slot out. JPL use the flicker, but bottom side, Notorious Villain, they're trying to look for the Paquito. Mind you, Harley has level 4.
That's an intimidation flicker. Just a warning, right? I'm going to kill you if you don't walk away. So a bit of a small, inefficient use of the battle spell, but it should be up soon.
The Notorious Villain is not actually pulling the trigger. I would have expected, Suna as well as Dara will be actually trying to gang on top of Soul, but they're just holding on to this, like showing the Evos SG discipline, but it is Notorious Villain that's actually going to show it. However, Evos SG will start this turtle, but it will be forced to reset. Suna jumping in, the Death Sonata will be used, Notorious Villains baited out, 2 ultimates in fact.
Look at the map though, you can see immediately moving down, it is gonna be the Chang'e. Pokemon's gonna be arriving here, whereas very far behind MSTZ. Look at this.
Dara gets eaten up, so nice knockout coming in. Kolia and Suna will go
Meteor Shower.
Low, but Meteor Shower coming in for the flag as well. Notorious Villains will take their shower, but top side, well, it's still okay for Notorious Villains, but Evos SG.
Big mistake from Notorious Villains. MSTZ rotated way too late to come down for that dragon, turtle contest rather. Force a habit. The turtle contest was like 4 and 5, so Evos obviously they run it in and they know that Chang'e is gonna arrive in time.
But you know what's a beautiful thing? Notorious Villain, took away the ultimates of Evos SG, but Evos SG still get the turtle.
Yeah, a JPL here jumping in. He's looking for Kolia. He's not very tanky, so I don't think Popo and Koopa might be able to get out Potato with the Death Sonata. And the final shot actually bringing Fenrir low enough to inspire JPL to chase him down.
But Suna will be coming in to catch JPL just a little bit. I almost forgot that Baxia does the anti-healing that counter Estes a little bit, right? So that's going to be beneficial. That's going to be a little bit useless in the early game, but once Fenrir starts to build up, all those magic items, right, that's going to be okay. So it's also crucial for Pokemon to pick up the NOD, or in fact, Girl will be the one that should be going on the NOD as well.
I think the point here of the Baxia is, one, you have this guy to harass Suna. The second being, he's going to flicker away. The second being, like, you deal with the Estes healing. You deal with, like, all the innate healing coming in for Notorious Villains, as JPL now is not the one that's getting caught out. In fact, it's Kolia, the squishy Popo and Koopa, that instantly dies. Evos SG, they have a beat on this turtle. It's going to be coming up in 25 seconds. They're securing this area. They might want to make a play onto mpl-ph in the top side. You can see that Potato is rotating up.
Yep. We're not seeing any form of big power spikes coming in Suna, because Suna, as a Harley, you want to be like turret diving a lot. You want to be more aggressive. So Notorious is trying to fight Evos SG with aggression, but instead they're the one that are going to get aggressed on, and at the same time the Rhapsody coming in. Even Pokemon landing the meteor shower on top, JPL still landing chase, but they'll pick up Kolia. Evos SG will now rotate to the turtle.
So the Barret's not there. No one to really hold down the fort while the meteor shower pounds you, right? And we talked about the value of having Cooper there. Nope. It doesn't matter if you chunk out Kolia. Like, Kolia is unable to hold his own if he has to run away.
And at the same time, Paquito is right there. Soul is just cutting the waves, he's lying away, providing so much vision.
I think he actually takes this, right? If Girl comes in, he's okay fighting, but he's just going to play it safe, backs off.
mpl-ph picking up the Demon Hunter Sword. So this is a good power spike coming in for Notorious. But would it be able to try out Blazing Duet coming in? JPL looking busted a bit low, but mpl-ph still holding a little bit too strong. Potato coming in for the flank there, looking to dive this top side right now.
I think the play here is just take top tier 1, they rotate down, because now their top is raised, they don't have the structure there. They have permanent prio on the top lane, right? That means that, you know, the next turtle should be easy for Evos SG to control. They can also kite up into their own turtle if the fight goes badly. Meanwhile, the trade happens on the bottom side and Notorious Villains gets one of their own, so it's a 1-for-1 structure trade. Still, engage on the mid lane.
Okay, Girl will get immobilized, unfortunately, as Potato coming into death. Sonata Girl goes down by the hands of Fenrir. JPL is just messing up, but hold on a second. Soul
no, Suna's dead.
Fenrir at the backside, and now Evos SG, they have the momentum, and now Pokemon's just gonna use the Meteor Shower to wave clear very quickly.
He knows that that's gonna come up by the time turtle spawns. So he's putting pressure on the mid wave and creating space on the map so that Paquito just walks down, so can push this wave out, potentially take it together with Potato and get the turret advantage.
Okay, JPL will jump on top of Kolia, but the wolf will be biting right there. But in fact, Evos SG, they're just trying to take down this turret instead. Kolia jumping in, coming in a little bit, but okay, so we'll be jumping in a little bit. We'll hit the wolf slightly, but on the top side, it is that Dara that's going to be pushing this down.
All macro misplay, I think you need to come up and cover this, but Dara actually might be able to finish this one off. Pokemon does not have Meteor Shower, so yep, another cross-map trade. Both teams avoiding conflict and just being a bit more safe here instead, just trading for map pressure instead of fighting.
Okay, the turtle is up. The ultimate check, Notorious Villains all full. Pokemon still doesn't have the Meteor Shower as
of yet. is not here, this is a problem.
It's not here yet, that's also a big problem. No Blazing Duet for the side, but Evos actually, Dara catches Girls out, but Meteor Shower coming in finally in the very nick of time. Fenrir tries to heal out the member, but where is mpl-ph coming in a little bit too slow? Blazing Duet still in the pocket of Evos Notorious Villains, and they're not gonna pull that trigger as Evos SG will lose turtle priority, and that could be a win for Notorious Villain for the time being.
APO at the back off, so did Girl. So Notorious Villains, they get this turtle 1-for-1 so far, I believe. And overall, actually maybe 2-for-1. Evos probably got the second, if I remember correctly.
Oh, so it's just dishing out damage on top of Kolia. Kolia keeps giving it over to Evos SG.
And really, you can't overextend like that. Even though you're Estes, if you get caught and chain stunned, you instantly die to Meteor Shower.
But there's also a problem about Evos SG right now, right? Because you are starting to see key items going into mpl-ph. Suna right now should be losing priority very soon because usually a Harley would shine in the early to mid game, but it is going to be slowly heading the baton over. But JPL will really be rolling in, will be able to find Fenrir. Suna looking very low, unfortunately. Potato Girl and Pokemon instead focusing on the turret right there as Notorious will get shoved out. But here comes Potato with the Rhapsody, but the Wolf is just pressing on the aggro as Dara is a one-man army going out with 1v1 against Soul. JPL is just spinning to spin and looking for Dara, but JPL, he will get solo up, he will get spin right into back as the low E damage coming in, but that's not enough as Suna picks up JPL.
Oh, a bit rusty there, overextended, getting caught out, gets pumped up, and oh my god, the damage, not Soul rather. It's JPL that dies for his sins, and Soul is the one that makes the play, okay.
Oh my god, Soul comes in. Notorious with the 3 members is forced to run away, and now Evos SG, they're just going to push this advantage even more as Notorious they can't hold this turret, and they'll lose this mid lane turret.
They get the map pressure down, they're going to push for mid-tier 2 as well. Dara has to be careful, Soul is egging his team on. They want to dive this, they want to get pressure on the Barretts.
Oh my god.
No, they take mid, they back off. They can reset here if they need to and collect the top and bot waves. Yeah, the play here, I think, is to keep the bot wave push up while the next objective spawns in 20 seconds.
You will not see the damage coming out from Soul. Just having the Bloodlust Axe as well as Brute Force Blast Blade. And that's more than enough to dish down the damage, and Notorious Villains like huge bursty damage over there. It's just criminal.
It is, man. Now, there's no one that really can match him in the side wave, so Soba's just like, okay, I'm going bot. Whoever wants to fight me, please, you're welcome. Step in the ring.
Ding ding.
Yeah, ding ding ding, come and fight me. Notorious Villains don't want to make this a fair fight. They're sending 4 members down to deal with So, and he might just get out because Kolya is the one that gets the stun first. They don't have the mobility though, as So is cutting in and out. Look at the damage, it's making this very difficult for Notorious Villains to contest. They finally kill him off. But at what cost? Here comes Evos, here comes the meteor shower. Kolya having to flicker out. Fenrir is the next target. He might just die here. Notorious Villains are resetting the fight as JPL has gone a little too deep. Dara getting focused by Evos SG. JPL trying his best to roll out.
Oh, Sanic activated as Evos SG will be able to rotate all the way up. If you notice, Notorious Villains, mpl-ph coming in the fight a little bit too late. Notorious Villains committed so much just to put Soul down, but at what cost, right? Evos SG will be able to dish out the damage against Notorious Villains, just push them all the way, and that's good for Evos SG.
You see, the problem when JPL dies, right? Soul dies, rather. Yep. It's JPL running in alone, and he doesn't have the pressure to keep them there. Notorious Villains understand, hey, Tortoise Poise has been popped, we're running away.
Yep. And of course, Thought is just pushed all the way back. Kolya will get stunned slightly, just a little bit, but Evos SG, they have low priority. Notorious Villains, they're clumping up. They're not too sure what to do. Should they be pushing the side wave? Because don't forget, Notorious Villains, look at the bottom side, but Pokemon will be pulling that trigger. They'll try to land a meteor shower on top of Kolya instead.
I think you just push mid here. You don't have to focus upon contesting this. Your mid wave is pushed in. Notorious Villains have to answer this, so you immediately get Lord priority here, or at least get control of the jungle. As Notorious Villains pushes mid wave out, answers this.
But what I want to see is Notorious Villain mpl-ph coming in, jumps over Soul, melts Potato, melts Pokemon, melts Girl so easily because the Blazing Duet just deals so much damage. And JPL is there to just counter out the heal, as Lord is going to be a little bit like fake started out for the time.
Pokemon is always going to be hunting with Meteor Shower here. Like, Notorious Villains probably don't burst this down in time because it's, you know, inefficient to actually stack up and take this objective. So Pokemon is going to go fishing. He had purple buff stolen. He's always going to be looking for like free meteor showers. Whoever I can poke out, I'm going to kill first.
But speaking of fishing right there, Notorious Villains will be able to identify a Pokemon that's out of position. JPL rolls in, but will be a little bit caught off guard. So will reveal himself at the bottom side, as Notorious Villain might need to face the bottom side pressure to relieve that meteor pressure for the time being.
I love what I'm seeing here from Evos SG. They always understand, hey, if they're not contesting, if they're not starting anything, and if they can't finish it, I'm just going to play silent. I'm just going to collect more farm. And this is why they have so many members that are high in terms of gold per minute. They're so efficient as a team.
Oh, Pokemon may actually live the Suna with the ultimate. Doesn't go in, the Meteor Shower lands, but at the same time, JPL is just absorbing so much damage at the top side. It takes 3 members to take JPL, but it's so hard. At the same time, Soul and the Potato will be tag teaming against the bottom side as, a bit of a dodge coming in. Will be able to like try to push down. You can see the members of Notorious, they're not really too sure what to do.
That's the point, though.
Do they fight here, or do they go down to the bot side to help mpl-ph?
That's the point, though. JPL and Potato, they put so much pressure on the bot inhibitor. Now Kolya is getting chunked out by the Meteor Shower. He has to back off. He doesn't have Koopa here, so that's one less body. The tank is Dara gets jumped out. There comes there's Sonata damage onto Dara, but it's not enough to execute him. Evos SG, they need to regroup. This is not a position that they want to fight in, especially because Lord has been aggroed up. So is still hunting for a little bit more. Gets caught by the trap. They could jump him if they want to. Suna with the damage from the Harley, chips him down, but Soul is a tanky boxer.
I don't think there's anything that Notorious Villains can do here. Evos SG will be able to reset, and now they're pretty much healthy. I really respect that call for Evos SG too. All right, let's just go back and refresh just to get all that health back up so that we can fight the next fight, right?
What's going to happen again is the same thing, right? They send one to bot side knowing that Notorious Villains can't really start and finish this Lord without getting collapsed on.
Yep.
Especially because whoever they're sending bot is generally quite mobile. It's usually JPL, Soul, or Potato. All of them have some form of gap closer or dash to run back.
And I feel like Notorious Villains, right, they can't really face Soul one-on-one. They need to send 4 members, burn 2 out. We saw that happen already. And okay, Evos SG, right, they're just making use of Notorious Villains' hesitancy right now.
That's the difference. Evos SG, when they know they win a fight, they snap and they force. Notorious Villains, not the same way. They're very indecisive. JPL, you see, he's getting focused down, but where's the snap? They're taking too long to focus JPL down. In fact, so much that Dara is forced to use his out now to fight. JPL is still alive. Look at the damage from Evos. They're cleaning them up. JPL goes down, but they might be able to pick up Dara on the switch there. Girl is going to take the out coming in from the low E, and that's a cleanup if I've ever seen one. Notorious Villains, they don't really want to re-engage. Here comes the Blazing Duet, and mpl-ph uses that to get out. Fenrir, He's hiding all along, eventually gets picked up at Evos. You see the difference, Chris. They pull the trigger, they snap their fingers, and they get the kills.
Absolutely amazing. Soul coming in for the flank is just wonderful. It splits Notorious villains apart. And don't forget, Evos actually just applying pressure all across the map. But Notorious villains right now, while there's 3 members down, Evos SG can safely take this Lord because Notorious villains, they're just hesitating right there.
You know when Notorious villains chooses to fight, it's like when I ask my girlfriend what she wants to have for dinner. I don't know, maybe, you know, and then like, we spent 30 minutes debating about it, right? Notorious villains, when they choose to fight, you can see here, they're trying to focus down JPL, it takes so long. Suna's not even close. Kolya's trying to put damage down, but it's not enough. At the end, they commit to using Dara's ult, and that's like, you just choose whatever, right? You just choose the maximum gain at this moment. They use all their ultimates, all their spells, no health, they have to run away.
Yep, and of course, Soul coming in for the backline. It's just wonderful, like, pincer movement, right? And of course, with that win, no matter what mpl-ph tries to do, he's always late for the fight. He was always sent all the way to the bottom to try to wave clear. Of course, try to give the goal into mpl-ph because mpl-ph, I feel like Notorious villains, but okay, hold on a second as the damage coming out very well.
Look at it,
way too much. JPL, Lazy Duet won't be able to keep him slightly alive, but JPL, he's chasing in. It doesn't really matter as Soul come on in. He takes 1 turret shot. Now Dara chasing after is a big bad boy, but Soul coming with 1-2 punch as well. Dara, misses the ultimate as well. Won't be able to spit Soul all the way back in. Now Evos SG, they're whacking on the turret. They're waking on the core. The Lord is just bashing it down for Evos SG. The Soul just making sure the Notorious villains stay down as they take game number 1.
Evos SG, clean as you like it. The macro is there, right? They don't commit to over-forcing on top of the Lord. They say, okay, we'll send some people bot. You guys have to answer eventually. It's either Soul, JPL, or Potato, right? They play this map, the pull and push. Eventually, they slip up. They try to commit onto Girl. Can't get the kill. Evos understand, this is our window. Now we go back in. It's okay if JPL dies. They used all their outs on the tank. See you later, buddy.
Yeah, and also the same thing that applies to Soul, right? Soul is just absorbing so much like attention as well. And of course, when JPL decides to take the aggro from Notorious villains, and here comes Soul coming in, and the amount of damage coming out, it's just unbelievable.
In stuff coming in from Evos SG in game 1. And you know, their brother team in Indonesia, they slammed it, right? Came back from a 0-2 deficit, won MPL Indonesia. Evos SG looking to replicate the performance of their sister team.
Right, and of course, let's take a look at the scoreboard right here. mpl-ph, unfortunately, will not be that very scary clock that I was actually anticipating about. Of course, Dara trying to soak up as much damage, but the damage coming up from Pokemon, the Meteor Shower, the damage coming up from Soul as well. Just take a look at the damage score as well. Girl and Pokemon there, Soul versus JPL just holding down the line. The Notorious villains, they're focusing on JPL rather than